Okay, we ready?
Well, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We are back in Enshrouded, and I am working on fixing the chimney for the main house, which, well, that's been long overdue. And since last time, there has been an update to the game. We have the new update, Pact of the Flame, which came out recently. It added a whole lot of new things to the game, which we will be looking at. A lot of new building stuff, a lot of things. I mean, I can't even go over it in just a couple of seconds. It also added a few issues to the game, which I will also be going over. And as an added bonus to celebrate their first anniversary, they added a few fun things to find, which we will also look at. But, as promised, Gus and I also went back to that elixir well, and we found that Shroud root. So, enjoy our journey doing that. Things had started off pretty rocky, and our first pass through the elixir mine had netted us 0 results. Well, except for me getting stuck inside the landscaping with only a couple minutes left on my Shroud timer. Gus came to the rescue once again. Thank you, Gus. Of course, there's nothing to wake you up quite like getting attacked while you're trying to recover from being seconds away from death. We'd been down in the well 4 times at this point and had failed to find the Shroud route. Gus was starting to get a good feel for the area, though, where we'd been and not been, and he had an idea at this point. So, trusting his instinct and his ability to navigate, we went back down once again. The well was in worse shape than many of the wells we'd previously been in, and also much larger. It suggested it was perhaps an older well, despite the fact that this area had been one of the newer hit by the Shrouds from what I'd read in lore notes. Could it be that the shrouded creatures continued to mine for the elixir even after being enshrouded and corrupted by it? Were they even capable of that level of intelligence? It was unlikely, but still an interesting thought. Philosophical questions aside, we still had to find the Shroud route, and we wanted to make this attempt a successful one. After all, this wasn't exactly a great vacation spot to be revisited often. After Gus determined that we weren't digging our way through to it, we backtracked, thinking we must have missed something. Little did we know how close we'd actually been to our objective. Back around to that spot again, and we finally realized there was a ladder down. So down we went, but it was perilously close to the red shroud. Surely nothing would go wrong being that close to instant death, right? Lots of explosives. I wonder what's on the other side. There it is, the Shroud root. This one was nicely tucked away. But by who? Or what? she was tough, but we turned out to be tougher. So, guarded by a sickle wraith. After that, there were just a couple more mobs to clear out, and then the question was how to get up to the root to destroy it. This route definitely had a safe perch, and while I'm sure it found the atmosphere down there to be quite lovely, I wasn't as enamored with it. Shroud red wasn't my color after all. Fortunately, while I was trying to figure out how to climb the center column, Gus found a way up via a path that snaked up the outside of the cavern and cut across. Soon, that route was no more, and we were, once again, victorious. Well, the chimney is done, and it is looking much better now. I ended up using the wrong stone, but still, it looks fine. Maybe I'll eventually patch it up and replace all the old stone with the new one. Who knows? And as for that shroud route, it was tricky to find, but once we figured it out, it was quite easy. Now, let's get into the new update, shall we? Because there was a lot to it. One of the big things they added was that they added text chat and voice chat to the game, so yay. However, not quite figured out how to get them to work yet. The voice chat is there, yet Gus and I have not figured out how to get it to work. Supposedly, it's on and everything, but we can't hear each other. So there is that. We'll figure it out. They also added emotes. You hit X, you have an emote wheel. And you can do things like you have your sit function, you have a sad emote, you have a decline, you have shocked, you have a greet, a victory, point, confirm, come here, and a dance. The dance is pretty basic, but still fun. So there is that. Another thing that was added was those fun little anniversary things I told you about. So they added some fun things that we can find out in the world, including some new weapons, which, well, they're too low level for us to use, so we're putting them as decorations. Oh, and yes, first person view for build mode. So if you're holding your hammer, you hit F and you go into first person mode. Very useful. Oh my god, I love it so much. It's also very useful for showing you things. So that is the bow that we found. Actually looks very nice. That is the sword we found. Kind of neat looking. And there is the staff we found. Also very neat looking. Like I said, they're too low level for us, so they are making some very nice decorations. Oh, and yes, they added wall mounts for the bows and for the daggers, so yay! We can now mount bows on the wall. I'm so happy about that. They also added a cosmetic set for us to find, which is this set right here. Oh boy, that set's got a lot of those gloves look like they have rings on every finger. But there is the cosmetic set. Charming, isn't it? Not one I would personally wear. I think Gus is using his. I think he likes it. Of course, now we're in first person mode. We can actually take a closer look at some of the other stuff. There's the king and queen. All their knights. I still think that helm looks absolutely wicked. You know, if I was playing a tank in this, I would have loved to have found that helm. And I would have used it. And that was one of my old armor sets. Actually still looks pretty good. We can even take a closer look at the fossils we found. Okay, this first person mode is going to be so addictive. But of course, all this has to be coming from somewhere. Oh, another thing. At the farmer, we can now make these plates and coasters that you can actually put food on. So now you can actually set the table with food. They still don't eat it, but it's nice to be able to use the food as decorations. I love that part. I remember there was a mod in Valheim, and yes, we'll be getting back to Valheim, but there was a mod in Valheim where it allowed us to do that too. And it was actually a favored mod of mine. Oh, and here. This lady here, if I could get to her, is the Lunar New Year Trader. And she was also something that came with the anniversary. She lets us make a set of cosmetics. Cannot make the whole set yet because this helm requires steel bores and coal, neither of which we have. Not charcoal, coal. So gonna have to figure that one out. Could make the rest of it, but I'm holding off. Looks like it's going to be a very nice looking set of cosmetics though. Can make a decorative serpent statue, some decorative dividers, and a Lunar New Year door. So not a whole ton that she makes, still some nice stuff. In fact, we do have the dividers up in the bedroom here. Yes, Gus put a hook up here so we can get up into the bedroom faster. So here's the 4 different kinds. We've got this one with the serpent on it. I believe this year is Year of the Serpent. Correct me if I'm wrong. And they are very nice looking dividers. Then we've got this one with the Pisces fish. This one that's got mixture of snake and flower blossoms. And then over here, we've just got the blossoms. And I've set it all up so that it kind of makes, well, a divider between the rest of the area and the beds. And I've also updated our wall of weapons, added some fancier things to it. Some stuff we found that I haven't wanted to break down because it looked kind of neat. Like this. I believe that's a wand. Kind of a neat looking wand. And that, I believe, is a hammer. And that axe. Oh my god, look at that axe. Is that not awesome? And that is evil looking up there. And yes, I'm not getting in the bed because that is one of the bugs I have run into. So, the first bug I have run into is that when I went to sleep, I woke up the next morning and I was stuck in the bed. Could not get out of the bed. I could not pick up the bed. Gus picked up the bed and I was still stuck in the bed. Which led me to discovering my second bug. And this is not a consistent thing. It seems like it does not happen every single time. But I would say that every third or fourth time I teleport, I get stuck in a loading screen. So I will hear the location that I have teleported to. Gus will see my name tag appear. He will not see me appear. He will see my name tag, though. But I will be stuck in perpetual loading. And I will have to restart the game. So those are two things, very big things I have noticed that have happened since the update. Another thing I've noticed, and this is something I've noticed that a lot of other people have noticed too. Let's see if we can find some examples of this. Yeah, we have NPCs just sleeping wherever. Now, some of them are actually sleeping in their bed. This one's just standing there. Don't know why. But we got Emily sleeping under that other character's bed. Even though Emily's got a bed assigned to her, right here, she is sleeping on the floor. The only one sleeping in his bed over here is the carpenter. Come in here. Got this person sleeping on the floor, even though her bed is right here. I'm kind of surprised there are two people sleeping in their bed here. Gabrielle sleeping on the floor. This person sleeping on the floor. So the NPCs are not going to their beds. They are just dropping wherever and sleeping. So those are the three biggest problems I've had with the update. Getting stuck in my bed. Granted, it's only happened once, but it was a thing. Getting stuck in a perpetual loading screen. Happened twice already. So that has been a repeatable thing. And the NPCs not going to their bed, which granted has happened since before the update, but has gotten worse. Now, there have also been some very good things. One of the things I did like was the newest tool, which is called the overgrowth tool. And we're going to have to kind of wait for daylight. But basically what this tool does is allow you to add or remove growth like the ivy on the walls here. So let's say I think there's too much ivy growing up here. If I hold right click, it will remove that ivy. So I removed a little bit of it. Now you can't really see because it's dark, and like I said, I'm not sure I want to get in my bed. You know what? We're gonna risk it. If the bug doesn't happen again, hopefully that means it's not duplicatable. Oh yes, another thing, the cat don't seem to be going up the stairs anymore. They used to, so they're all staying down here, and they all used to come up here and go to their beds. So that's another thing. A lot of little things that just aren't working like they used to. Okay, so I did not get stuck in bed. Yay. Trust me, that one was a pain. All right, so we have all this ivy growing. And I've cleaned up a lot of it. I mean, you look over here, the barn, the poor barn. Well, let's demonstrate on the barn. And that guy keeps opening the door to the barn, and the animals keep getting out. And I'm just at the point where I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. So we hold right click, hold down, and as you can see, the ivy is going away. It's being added to our bag because we can craft this ivy at the farmer to use to put elsewhere. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put some ivy on that. I actually did not want to put that on there. I don't have enough of that to do that. There, we just want to put the plain old ivy on it. Overgrow the target practice like it's there, but it doesn't get used that much. That's funny. So the overgrowth tool is really neat. Now, when I went to look up how to make it, it said I needed penny buns. And I'm like, what are penny buns? Is this something new in the game? And we looked all over for penny buns. And it turns out that the penny buns are the starter mushrooms, just with a new name and a new look. So these penny buns, they're just regular mushrooms. If you ever wondered, what are these penny buns? Well, that's what penny buns are. And I have to grow more of them because I've used a ton of mushrooms recently. Now, say I want to add some, I have some climbing roses here. Maybe I want to add some climbing roses to the front of this house. Oh, that looks very nice. I like that. Maybe add a tiny bit there. Well, maybe not quite that much. Does seem like it's a little thick here. Now this is the smallest setting for this brush. Kind of wish it was you had a little smaller brush, but You know, can't be too picky. Okay, that works. But that is the overgrowth brush. And if we talk to Emily, I know that there's a third thing. I think it's one of those mycelium things that you can make, which I don't think we're going to be making. I am not putting mycelium overgrowth, but yeah. So you can make mycelium as overgrowth material. Again, not something I'm planning on using, so. But there's the ivy, which requires farm soil and honey to make, but we have so much of it from removing it from other places. And there's the climbing rose, which requires dirt and flax. There's the food plates. They also have round food plates and the coasters. And a couple other little decorative things like baskets, which I haven't made any of yet. Maybe I should make one or two and see what they look like. Well, they have all sorts of baskets. Well, I want to make one of those. And maybe one of these. All right, so we can see what they look like. But just all sorts of decorations. And yes, here's the overgrowth tool. So to make it, you need 2 grilled penny buns and 3 goo. So it's not going to be a starter item that you're making, because you have to make the goo from the alchemist. So here's the alchemist. Oh, that's the farmer. I want to talk to the alchemist. So you have to have already found the alchemist. And to make goo, you need dirt, shroud liquid, and bug dust. And bug dust, of course, is made from critter parts. Now, this basket I want to put, where I want to put it. Almost looks like a laundry basket. Hold on. It does. It looks like a laundry basket. Kind of. Well, it'll be fine there. And this one, where would that go? Oh, ceiling's not tall enough to put that there. I feel like I could put it in here. I feel like it belongs on a shelf, though. Okay. So you can go into first person mode when placing items, which makes placing little fiddly items a lot easier. All right, that works. Well, that looks nice. They are always saying hi to me. Now, who else had? Let's take a look. So, go to workshops, and we've looked at the farmer's stuff. Oh, there are a couple new recipes. We have strawberry cake, which is 30 to stamina recharge. Oh, shoot. And I thought the purple berry cake was good. Oh, we'll be making strawberry cake. And I finally have a use for the strawberry, so yay. And of course, the new overgrowth stuff. I think that's all she has other than the platters. The bard, I don't. Oh, she does have some new stuff. And that requires a scrappy sword. Okay, so we actually have to save some things that we get off of the mobs to make these. Oh, neat. Oh, a reason to go farm the scavengers. Okay. Medium backpack. Large backpack. I think I have the large. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm pretty sure we have the large backpack already. Yeah, already have the large backpack. Okay. So I don't need the medium backpack. Oh, we can make decorative presents. That's cute. Now I wonder if you could put stuff in them. And party hats. Oh my god. I didn't even see these. There are party hats in here. Okay, that's it for her. I don't think the alchemist had anything new, but then I could be wrong. I think I'm at the top tier of, wait, maybe not. Yeah, I am. Because this is Warlock. And that's just magic. I'm using the Sage set, which is for healing. I haven't made one of these yet. I really should. I like that globe. Nope, nothing new for. Oh, wait. Red confetti mortar, yellow and blue confetti mortars. Okay. Should we make one of those? Maybe we should. Have this wooden chest we can make at the carpenter now that actually looks like the wooden chest we find out in the world. So that's nice. There's the new bow and arrow wall mount, the new dagger wall mount. Oh, yes. And we can finally make some decorative, what do you call them? Railings. So you could put railings on your stairs if you want to. So, yay. Not a ton of new stuff there. Big clay vat. Some wooden grates. Those were just regular things. Another statue. Huh. Hadn't seen that one. Okay. Definitely have to make that. We met the Lunar New Year trader. Don't think she has anything new. But then I've been saying that and I keep finding new stuff. A scavenger gong. No, thanks. Not exactly what I want on my base. The collector. A decay tool. Oh, okay. So that's the other new tool we can make. A decay tool. So while the tool from the farmer lets us add the clutter to the exterior of the building, the decay tool lets us add aged effect to the buildings. So if you want your building to look aged and crumbled, you can do that. I wonder if it would do the opposite, though, if it would de-age something. You know what? I should make it and check. I should absolutely do that. Hold on. Well, let's go visit the collector. Hello, you. Are you enjoying your new appointment? It does look a lot nicer, doesn't it? Yes, I did make him a bigger space. I don't know if I showed y'all this. So, I went ahead and redid his crypt. I doubled the space, made it look really nice. Added him some hollow halls furniture. Added a vertical crypt in the middle of his room. Added him a bed. I'm kind of hoping he's happy with it. I would like one of these, please. Thank you. Yeah, I kind of figured that. So yeah, that's his new home. This tool paints appearance of wear and tear on outer. So, but will it undo wear and tear? That's what I want to know. So far, I'm not getting it to. Okay. It worked there. Wait. Did it fix that? Oh, it fixed it. Oh my God, it fixed it. Yes, it fixed it. I'm so happy. Wait. Let's be absolutely certain. It did. I've been wanting to fix that spot for so long. I can use that to fix things. Oh my God. I'm so happy. So that was definitely worth making. So if there's something broken or in disarray on your base and you just want to fix it, you don't have to worry about having to rebuild or something. You can use that, the decay tool, and just fix it. Wait. I can't get up there. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. Ineffective. Wait. Okay, it says it was ineffective there. Oh, we got up there finally. Okay, so the decay tool is useful for more than just adding decay. It can remove it. And yes, the animals are still the animals. I don't know what to say. Oh, but Gus did add something for me, and it needs a little work, but I really like the concept of it. He added a giant chicken coop up here. And I gotta do a little jumping to get from one side to the other. But You see, each of the sections has 2 chickens in it, 2 beds. Well, except for this one only has 1, which means one of these has 3 in it somewhere. So it's not 100% foolproof. Like I said, I really like the concept of it. They're going to figure out how to rework that so it's a little more efficient. But yeah, I love that. So thank you, Gus. He said we might as well use it. We're not using that space. And he was right. We weren't using it. Now, one moment. All right, as you can see, here's the change log. We're not going to read every bitty thing, but the main highlights are, of course, the social features. I talked about the text chat and the voice chat. It says it now supports in-game text, chat, and multiplayer sessions. It says host or server admins can toggle the feature on or off in server settings as needed. Feature set to off by default on dedicated servers, so make sure to enable it. Once I figure out how to use that, I will definitely turn it on. Again, with the voice chat, also apparently it has to be turned on, so I have to figure out how to do that. There's a tab called Social Hub, which allows you to see the players currently playing in the game world. Players can adjust audio and text settings. Emotes, we looked at the emotes. The first person camera for building, which, like I said, I love it. Full rotation control for props. Props can now be rotated in all axes instead of just vertical. Please note this new functionality is only available for decorative furniture and similar props. Furniture and interactive props like flame altar, beds, benches, chairs, thrones, toilets, and similar can only be rotated vertically. So if it can't be interacted with, you can rotate it in 360. Okay. Overgrowth editing, which we looked at. Building block decay, which we just looked at. Food, drink, and potion placement. We've looked at that. There are more than 70 new or previously unavailable props now accessible for crafting and placing in the player base. This is the perfect time to try out new placement rotation option. Among other things, there are a set of elegant leather sofas, various large statues, a new set of sturdy doors, including a massive vault door, new set of braziers and lamps, numerous home decor props such as baskets, pots, and buckets, new types of room decorations such as room dividers and sigils as wall decor. 2 new building materials are available, a yellow variation of the stained glass building blocks, and a new stone wall terrain material. Okay, I haven't seen that. A quest introduces a new trader. We've met her. Skills can now be individually reset in the skill tree. Okay, that's good. Instead of having to reset the whole tree, every single thing, if you just want to reset 1 or 2 skills, you can do that now. Visual parry indications have been added to enemies that didn't show the parry opportunity before, but we all know some will probably still mess up the timing. Visual parry opportunity has been added to enemy projectiles that can be parried. New farming animal can now be tamed in the Kindle Waste. Get ready for the Dune Armadillo and its offspring to become friends on the farm. All right, so now we can have Armadillo as pet. Oh my, I might have to have a whole new farm just for the Armadillo. Several bugs and glitches have been addressed for pathfinding and behavioral issues for villagers and farm animals during their daily routine. Yeah, but now nobody's sleeping in their bed, so it's not working so well. Dodge and blink can now be activated earlier during wand attacks to align the availability of defensive moves with the timing of melee weapons. Then there's several settlements and points of interest that have been reworked and expanded. The following locations have been updated: Moss Grove, never heard of it; Sailing Quarry, Netherton, Fox Chase, Rookmore, Fendrick's Farm, Morwena, Roostnook, Cloverbrook Farm, Mistberry Catacombs. In the Springlands, several new settlements have been added. The Enshrouded Ruins Mid Hollow, a new farm location, Wistful Fields, various new camp locations. So we'll have to go re-explore the Springlands. Various new camp locations, several topology improvements have been added to the Springlands biome. The visuals of the Shroud overgrowth material have been updated. Many locations in the Blackmire region have improved combat encounters. Many locations in the Albanese summits have improved combat encounters. That's one place we haven't been to yet. A new map location called Event Honor Hall has been added to the Albanese summits. The location is added to the world map when visiting the ancient spire of this region. It houses the names of the winners of the Halloween Building Contest 2024. Sound improvements. New sound occlusion. Sound sources behind other objects or terrain play correctly, subdued now. Okay. Added new and unique sounds at various areas in the UI. Equipping and unequipping items now plays a sound corresponding to the material of the item. Notification sounds are now more varied. Upgrading weapon sounds are now different depending on the level of the upgrade. Managing your inventory never sounded so good. Added new sliders for sound options to accommodate the new voice chat feature. We all have that one friend. And fix the drop rate for rings in some areas. And for example, rings drop far too often in the areas of the Albanese summit. Fix several small issues with incorrect loot tables. When using a controller, the position of the item's wheel has been moved to the center of the interface. There are a bunch of other changes. Let's see. I'm looking to see if there's anything. The taming timer is no longer important when sneaking away from an animal that is currently occupied with eating a food bait. This should make the taming process a little easier. Yay! After the animals have eaten, the grace period before they can gain suspicion again has been increased, giving players more time to sneak out of range. No more goats with spidey sense. The taming of the cat as part of the quest cat search has been made easier. Also, the area in which the cat can be found has been reworked to give the player more space for maneuvering while attempting the taming. Good, because that one was tricky. Hiding from wildlife behind small hills now works more predictably, helping with sneaking and taming. Improved reliability of sneaking and taming on uneven terrain. Previously, falling off tiny bumps in the terrain could scare away animals while trying to tame them. Animals no longer push each other out of the way while the player is petting one of them. How rude. Animals can no longer eat food through solid walls. We didn't intend for them to be a reference to the thing. The recipes for cat and dog food have been updated. Cat food now has several meat ingredients, and nettle was removed, whereas wolf meat has been removed for the dog food. Our veterinarian players can rest easy now. I didn't even consider that because cats actually do eat grass. It does help with their digestion, so the nettle didn't even bother me. Updated the visuals for red mushroom. The mushrooms are now called penny bun. I don't wonder why the name penny bun. Increase the strength of obsidian building material. Before it was too easy to destroy it with grenades. Fixed enemy arrows and bolts passing through solid props. Admin, the enemies are no longer doing it sideways. New network improvement should result in less lag or rubber banding issues, especially when playing with low or medium bandwidth connections in multiplayer. That will be useful because I know Gus has had problems with lag, so that will be helpful. So yeah, tons and tons and tons and tons of improvements and changes, but once again, a few not so good things. And it's nighttime again in the world. And I think that is all we have for now. We had a lot of fun finding that Shroud route. The base is coming along really well. The new changes have brought a lot of good stuff to the game, and a couple of bugs I could do without. But hopefully those will get addressed. But tell me, what do you think of the changes to the game? Is there anything you were particularly happy about? Any bugs that you have come across that I haven't seen yet that have you pulling your hair out? Leave a comment. Until next time, bye for now.